Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's ALTTPR daily race here on Speed Gaming 2. We have Open Fast Ganon. Our two runners is Exine, and Brev. And my name is Professor Renderer. I'll be flying solo today as we play some Fast Ganon. So Fast Ganon, for those who are unaware, is a little extra thing you can add to it's a little goal, and which just says that, well, you don't need to go up to go up GT to kill Ega 2 and all that good stuff. The Ganon hole is readily available for you to go and pick up your bacon. And out of the entire pool today, we have just these two runners, and we have 7 in total, and we're just about getting started here. Get the Cane of Samaria right out of the gates. That's a really nice start, actually. Have our map check. That was, I believe, a green pendant on Eastern. I saw the desert crystal, and I think I didn't see what was on here though. The early cane is nice. It's never crystal. Okay, so it's never crystal for Hera, so that's nice. The only thing is there's a vanilla pendant. Get a heart piece from our uncle. Now, as it stands, the cane doesn't really do much. Like it's very early in the game, but like the cane does not open anything or whatsoever. Like all that. We got ourselves another heart piece. It's in the secret chest in the little escape hatch thing. And looks like the hoarder is giving out small rupees, and we're seeing a really early play for escape here, which I think it makes sense because you already have your cane and you're getting your magic. Also, we got a full magic from there. Did not catch what was on the lumberjack. It's also really nice. It would be nice for students to get some practice for the upcoming qualifiers that are coming soon. Because cane is one of the valid places that one of the valid weapons that you can get from the uncle for a standard start with randomized swords. Drop down's only 10 arrows. There probably wasn't anything in the mushroom spot. So the lumberjack was just only like 10 up something. Okay, fair enough. Get our first shield from the second key guard, or the boomerang chest. And Brev is heading towards Kakariko. I guess we're going to see what the ball and chain guard has, and then, of course, push the cane around, get that nice damage out. And the flippers pop up in the Zelda cell. Interesting. So that does open up the flipper checks. That brings those into logic. And of course, we do also have access to Zora and in the domain area. Brev heading towards the well. More hearts, not a bad sign, and not a bad sign at all. Like, if it's so early. We also get our first bottle, so we can get Sick Kid right away. Our Cinco Arrow, the hammer, and some rupees. Interesting. I think that's actually not too bad. The hammer is well, it actually is good because it's a weapon that we can use. It's actually a lot better than the cane because it does tempered sword damage. We're gonna see the chicken hut next, and it's the hookshot. So we're getting stuff for the mountain once we find a glove or flutes. Sick Kid giving out a heart piece, which does bring Brev into a full heart refill. And another heart piece to round out the Kakariko checks. You haven't missed much, no. We did see Kane in Link's house. And then we had and coming up is the hookshot and hammer in Kakariko. Look back at my feed here. That's just a heart container on the library and only 20 rupees on the race game. So obviously not going to pick those up. And also we do have the bottle of goo. And also one thing I forgot too is that we also had the flippers in Zelda's Cell. Brev giving us mini Moldorm Cave. There's Sinhei's hookshot. I don't know how to pronounce that. And nothing out of mini Moldorm Cave. Well, Brev actually starts off by doing mini Moldorm Cave first, and then it looks like Brev wants to head back over towards South Shore. Normally you would do the dam first and then mini Moldorm Cave. I guess Brev may have wanted to play play a bit more aggressive in that case, or maybe had forgotten about it. I don't know. But nothing really to report on here. But it looks like the reason why he may be wanting to go mini Moldorm Cave first is because he is actually heading left towards the desert. So that actually does make sense because you normally you don't want to leave out mini Moldorm Cave if you're going to head towards the west, and you would do another save and quit if you went over to the desert first and then go over to mini Moldorm Cave. We're gonna see Agina's Cave in this case because we are heading towards we are in the desert. Just a heart piece, and that will do it for that the desert for now. Yeah, I blame the fact that my mic isn't really the best. It's like this. It's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack headset that sounds kind of doesn't sound the best. But we're gonna see Agina Slash Brawl's hot rather. We have blue mail and a moon pearl. Okay, so we're just a glove away from Dark World access. Sinai taking advantage of the flippers. Gonna swim over to Ice Rod Cave. And there's the glove. So there we have collective Dark World access. All Sinai really needs to do now is to so Sinai all he needs to do to get Dark World access is to head over towards Slash Raw's hut, and that will do it. So Brev is going for the Green Penny Eastern play, bowless, which okay, I can get behind it. I feel. You're probably not going to clear this, like anyway. It may not be required, so to get it out of the way now is actually not too terrible. So Sine is actually farming this cave to get 40 rupees each pass. It seems to me that Sine really wants to go over to the he really wants to go over to the Zora domain and check that right away. And the only way you can really do that is just by farming rupees, and it's not like it required a whole lot of rupees. There's our big key, so that does mean if we get the fire out, the back of Eastern is in logic, but not the big key chest. And there's another bottle. But of course, considering that this is these two runners know exactly what they're doing with dark rooms, the dark room logic is more merely a suggestion than anything important. But it looks like he was looking to get some rupees here and then just save squids. That's perfectly fine. Sticking with the logic as always. It's not always, but it's sometimes useful. So Brev is heading over towards the castle. Ooh, I think that's what, tier 1 or tier 2? I didn't keep track, but that is a big bomb pack. So it looks like it was tier 1. Okay, so we get a blue boomerang and a heart container in the waterfall fairy, and we get a green potion back from the waterfall fairy herself. So Sine now going to look at going to Zora's domain, and there's the bits. So Sine's routes actually doesn't look too bad here. So all Sine really needs to do is head over towards Sahasrara's hut to get the Moon Pearl, and that will give him Dark World access. And Zora just giving up bombs. Don't really matter though, even though we lose like 500 rupees. We're gonna get that. We're gonna go and get that to mitts. We're gonna get those mitts. Rev now in the castle, going through the escape. So Brev will pick up the flippers here. And by extension, he will also get either if he goes up to, if he does head over towards the head over towards where Ice Rock Cave is at, or if he goes over to it gets the flippers and then does the flipper checks, he will be in the vicinity of one of the gloves. So then doing backup escape, it's 20 rupees, the map, and the key. So that does mean that there is an item in the front, in the darkest, the dark cross. Brev going to take a death warp. So in this case, he wants to go ahead and do the dark cross from the front, because he would know if he was keeping track of his items, that he would know that the front is loaded. If he didn't see a map or a key or anything, so he would probably want to assume that going to the front, going to the dark cross would yield him an item, which is bombs. Now, obviously, this is lamp locked, but dark room logic is merely a suggestion for these two runners. In fact, logic in general is just merely a suggestion. But Sine is now heading over to Sashraw's hut. He will be the first player to get Dark World access, and will also get the blue mail by extension. So there's the Moon Pearl. Now Sine can go ahead and do Hype Cave here, which is, I probably think that's what will be the next play here. Welcome in Speed Gaming Prime with 151 viewers. You're joining us for the Speed Gaming ALTTPR daily race. We have Open Fast Ganon, we have X Cine and Brev as our two runners out of a pool of 7 in total. Okay, we have pendants on Turtle Rock and Thieves Town, and 5/6s on Skull and Mire. Alright, now look at Hype Cave. Just 5 rupees. A piece of heart. There's the flute. And a nice run, okay. And 300 rupees. That's actually pretty hype, I'd argue. Yeah, sure. You don't need the ice rock for this seed because of the pendant Turtle Rock, but well, may not be because it may not be unless Trinex has an item. That's a fairly decent hype cave. And Brev will get the hook shot here. Excuse me, the glove here. So at least he won't be orphaning off the Ice Rock Cave, because that glove in Ice Rock Cave is actually, if you were to orphan it off and did if you did the flippers instead, that mitts will be like where the mitts would be in that case would be like eluding you for quite a while. So Brev picking it up there is a good heads up call. That way you don't need to worry about it for the future. Sine is doing dig game. And that's bombs. That's actually 9 digs. Pretty quick, pretty quick dig game. So Brev will pick up the mitts here. So and actually it's really nice here. So Cine going through the bottom is actually really good because of the mids pickup. That way he's able to do the smith while he's here, doing his village of outcast checks. And you're also able to do hammer pigs, and you won't be able to go into Thieves Town because you have the frog with you. But it's fine. We can get there. If you really want to go into Pen of Thieves Town, that's the option. It is full clearable. There's a bow. So that is, we can now full clear pod. Yeah, Pod Dark is I don't know. It's really hard. Like when you're going over towards Helmasar is tough. But when you have like a sword or something for the Dark Maze, that's nice. But at the same time, it's not that fun when you're doing it like without a sword, and you only have like your cane or your boomerang. But doesn't the boomerang like pass through those like small girders where the maze is set up? Brav's gonna get the food in ice spot here from Hive Cave. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you would probably want to use a cane or something for that. Cine is gonna give us the fluid activation. Yeah, doing a swordless is not fun. Like you need like a lot of good equipment for like you need like some decent equipment to like know where you're at. So Cine has the bird now. Brev is actually gonna get the fluid activation like pretty soon, and looks like a bit of muscle memory from Cine wanting to get the bottle to stick it out of the way, but I already picked it up. And a red boomerang. Okay. So we can now do quite a lot, I feel, with so with the ability to do a couple of things up on the mountain. Sure, you don't have well, you have your hook shot, but you can do quite a number of things. Sure, you can clear Tower of Hera if you have fires. If it's not fire locked, you can do the entirety of the rights of East Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain, and all you really gotta do is just flute away. That's all. But Cineas want to go into Pen of Thieves Town. I mean, it makes sense. You're in the area. And if possible, if you want to full clear it, if you want to like rush pad, then go ahead. But then to be fair, you need to get a fire rod for Total Rock, even though we're going to be needing that anyway for Skull Woods. Which is actually kind of funny now. Like the only thing that Pen is actually is like save for the fire rod, is fairly wide open. Just find a fire rod and you basically have Pen available to you right away. If you want to rush that, and check it blind too. Oh yeah, and the medallion too. It was like whatever medallions required, but that's like we'll like assume that like it's like assuming that like the domain of a function is all real numbers or something. Like not of like a regular function, not like any like rational functions or anything like that. Alright, we're seeing Paradox Cave from Brev, since there wasn't anything in the bottom two. And nothing in the top either. But that's fine. We'll go ahead and we're gonna be doing a lot of we're gonna be pretty much full clearing this possibly not full clearing this mountain. Half magic in the attic. That's actually really nice. More cane blocks, more ice rod shots, and there was just junk on the floating islands. And Brev is heading towards Hera. Again, makes sense. This is a crystal. You can possibly full clear it if if it's not fire locked. And our first sword has been found. Yeah, you can also Hera pot too. That's also there. But logically, it doesn't expect you to do that. But either way, the big key is there, so we can actually logically full clear this. But either way, Brev is going to do a Hera pot here. Looks like it's doing the koi method. Or yeah, this was one that I would say this is like the koi method. But gets it. And Sine is going to now do Samaria Blind. And there's the burn-up. So that now opens up Spike Cave. It's funny because I can only do I can do the Dracaris setup, and I can do it fairly somewhat consistently. Sure, you need to you need to make sure you don't get a 2-frame movement, otherwise it messes it up if you get on that 1 pixel. But just I would just rather sword buffer it anyway. But there was a shovel picked up on Blind from Blind, and that's the pendant for Sine. While Brev is going to strike for his blood here, up in Tower of Hera. And Sune, with the purple chest in hand, is going to check out what's on that dig spot, or flute spot. Just bombs. So that only thing that really denotes from out of Pendant Thieves was the half magic. And the purple chest is also giving out bombs, while Spiral Cave is just a heart container, and Cine is gonna go ahead and see what start his desert plays. Going ahead for he's gonna go ahead and check out my area, check out my shed, also look at the medallion. I think that was Quake. If not, if not Ether. Okay, it looks like chat is saying it's Ether. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it looked like it was Quake, but like to me, I think it's Quake. But if it's Ether, then like it's hard to tell because of the place where Cine checked it. And Turtle Rock is also Quake. We're also gonna see Hookshot Cave. There's our Master Sword. And there's our Fire Rod. So Pet's open. The dress is blue and black. No, it's white and gold. I remember when that was like the top, like the most, like the biggest trends back in like what, 2015. Spike key for Prev. Prev. Penitr is a weird case. To me, I mean, I could, I would see myself getting to Penitr if it was Quake, or if we got the Quake rather. But if it is, Brev's gonna give us information right now because he's heading over to Meyer. But if it actually is Quake, which I'm pretty sure it is, if not Ether, if it actually is Ether, then joke's on me. I think that actually was Ether. Okay, so Pixie's right. Shout out to Pixie, by the way. She's doing really good. Okay, so that does clear, at least clears it up. I've got better eyes. Well, Pixie's got better eyes, not me. No, it wasn't Bombos. Okay, so with Rev, in a pretty not too bad spots, it's gonna go ahead and over to Skull Woods. Again, it's a clearable, it's a crystal, you can clear this, fully. And our first sword was in Hera. Will we get Bertas? I don't know. It'd be funny. It'd be funny to see it in a daily. I mean, not out of the ordinary for a daily, but still. There's our first sword, Setting's first sword, back in Hera. There's the big key. Let's go ahead and wait this out. Wait for the Wallmaster to pick him up. And Chat is saying possibly going to ice next. Yeah, I generally do agree with this. We had the cane since literally like the first second, and now the cane's starting to become useful because we can do icebreaker. And yeah, too. We also there's the bow. The bow is also needs because we got the belch to deal with. I think what is probably Brev's next move after Skullwoods. Oh, and actually, looks like Sine raged Moldorn. But Sine gets him down. No matter what, so he will strike first blood on his side. Brev was actually the first player to strike first blood in the entire match. And we're getting a prediction here. So, which one will bet one of your channel points? Which one will show up first, either the mirror or the ether? Real talk, I really like the prediction system. It's a lot more interactive now. Like I like the interactivity of it. And also, Brev knocks down Monfilo. That is Brev's second crystal. And it is one of the 5/6s. That's one thing. Now, if we get the ether, that does mean that the Pyramid Fairy will be in play once Brev finishes Meyer. Small key in the bridge chest. Probably not gonna try and Death Warp here. Now, especially with 13 hearts and on Blue Mail, you're just probably your best bet is just to walk out. It would take way too much time to just Death Warp. Sine, you're gonna go and get the sword and fire rod from out of Hookshot Cave coming up here. We'll also get information about the Quake Battalion, Sylvanel requirements, Battalion requirements. And there's 20 rupees in the little bumper room. I don't know I forget what it's actually called. I think that's the map room or compass room. I don't know. I forget which one. There's the fire rod for Sine, and we'll also already picked up the Master Sword as well. And there's the bombs. That is our second item out of Skullwood. So not for the skull, but we need to clear this one anyway because it is a crystal. This Lidl is blocking Sine's path. You shall not pass. Takes up a hammer, whacks him. Yeah, yeah. Tell him, Sine. Tell him. And just a piece of hearts on the bumper ledge. So yeah, Brev is gonna head towards the village outcast now. So doing this, we'll get the bow, and that will give Brev another choice here to go to pod or to go to ice. Sede wants to go to ice. And yeah, I think this is a good call. I think this is like the best way to describe, like best way, because you've already got like your mitts very early, get the flips really early, and the once the fire rod shows up, it's like it's already clear. It's clear that it wants you to go to ice. That and also the cane, hookshot, and hammer were really nice locations too. Big key in the pen gator room. So we're gonna see Icebreaker from Sine. We do This is a version of Dorsey extension where if you get stuck by something that blocks your way, like it's a Mario block, you can go through walls. Because the game still thinks you're in a door, in that case, for some reason. And there's Tempered Sword. Ooh, okay. So that's very handy. Now, normally this would if we were playing Stand Hard, we would stop. That would be the last sword that we would get. Brev. So it looks like my feed is. It looks like he took a Death Warp. Did not want to go all the way deep through Thieves Town. So the only thing he will be missing is half magic. That's literally it. And there's the Book of Medora out in Ice Tea. So we can check the pen if we really want to now. We also have tablets. Well, Ether tablets specifically, but we don't have a mirror for a Bombus tablet. But that does also open up Desert Palace. That does open it up. Looks like the item is on Cold Stare. So this will be a Cold Stare fight. Tempered Sword is like this fight with Tempered Sword and Blue Mail. Not too terrible. Very nice fight. Very nice fight from Sine. And just 20 rupees. So we get only Tempered Sword and a Book of Medora. So that does kind of lead to the possibility that we may want to go to Desert. Sure, it may be boot slots, but that's still a pretty it's still a nice call anyway. Or you could also do Ether Tablet too. So Sine's going to have to do away. Definitely heading over to 6, and this is a book chase. Yep, this is exactly what I was thinking. I was expecting to happen. Just follow that book all the way into desert, because that is, if it's not boots locked, it is fully clear. It is full clearable. Sure, if there's an item that may be necessary on the torch, that throws a wrench in the works. That would mean the boots would be required full stop. And it's not boots locked. Okay, good. So we can clear this. Now, if it's an item that's boots locked, that's a problem. That's a compass. Okay. All right, we're good now. We good. And Brev is heading towards Pod. This is also not a bad choice. So we're gonna get Kiki here. Pay says we need to get 110 rupees for this because he pays you, because he pays you 1. You have to pay if you lose it for whatever reason. Oh, there's Quick. We can do pet. We can actually pull the pet now. Yeah, mirror or ether. It'd be funny if the mirror is actually on pet, or even the ether medallion, which is even more funny. And that does actually would spell a big problem for Brev, because he did end up death warping out of Thieves Town, and if the ether or mirror does show up on pet, then that pretty much makes Sine's chances like odds of winning this is actually pretty good. So we're gonna see the bow lock side because we found the big key early. And that means it's bow locked. Not like it really matters because we hit the bow pretty early on anyway. Or we found the bow in Boo, so there's that. We're gonna see Lambolus on Sine's side. With the half magic, we'll just blast away with Fire Rod. There's the 2 keys there. That's pretty much giving, considering the fact that we need to clear. And it looks like Brev wants to go and clear Helma right away first. That's perfectly fine. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's a crystal. You're going to be clear this. It's required to clear this out anyway. So doing it now, then just waiting for a bit is actually not the worst thing. All right, Sine gets his 3rd crystal. Yeah, and considering too without the mirror, as Homie Beer is pointing out in the chat, just getting it out of the way now, even without when you don't have the mirror, is way better because that way you can get to the front, just from the clear alone. It's good. So it's a good call from Preb to know that, oh hey, yeah, I don't have mirror, so we may as well take the pet here. So this is, or we'll get the helmet out of the way. So yeah, this is a pet check from Sine. So mirror or ether could possibly be on here. It'd be funny if it actually is mirror or ether, but it would actually spell a lot of doom for Brev if that's the case. Okay, just guess. Never mind. Like It's like it's funny because like it feels like with a lot of pet checks, it's either like couch cash or like bombs or arrows. Like, that's why the pet's it's so like it's so popular with the chat because it's like, yeah. Yeah, flute on pet is like worse, and that's a pretty bad thing because you don't have flash travel. But Helba is down, and that's our first item out of there. That's the third crystal for Brev. Oh yeah, the book on pet because of the whole paradox thing when you read it. That like yeah, book on pet and Ambrosia. Ugh. Ugh. I miss Ambrosia. Got me into Inverted when I first played it. Gloves on pad and Mire had a pendant. Oh, was there anything on Shactul? With that SMC 3C? Because I will still remember the Shack Pearl one on my first comm with Captain MD. Oh. Yeah, it's dead. It's just couch cash. Anyway, so Sine is gonna go to Skull Woods, gonna clear Mothra, while Brev is going to the back of Pod. A suitless 3-tank harpoon last location for Aga Tower access. Ooh, that's really bad. Oh. I gotta play SMC3 one of these days. Anyway, enough SMC3 talk. We'll talk about that on Sunday or something. Sunday or Monday. There's nothing in the basement of Pod. Well, it's a nice fighting Mafia. So it looks like we're gonna have to see the Dark Maze, and well, we have a sword, so this won't be too bad for Brev because he'll be able to charge his sword and just have a little cue where he's going. And of course, he knows where he's going too because he pretty much just practiced this dark room many times. So this one is kind of daunting if you don't know the path. If you don't have the muscle memory to know where everything is, just to know where stuff is, and also you don't know where the Godongos is at. Oh yeah, so like a paradox pad with the bat on the mushroom on head. Okay, nothing out of Pod. So I still think Sine is actually in a good position here. All we really need is the ether and mirror. That's really it. So, So this brings up a weird conundrum. What do you do next? Like you've done a lot of checks. If you found ether, you could find the mirror. You could possibly find the mirror on the Pyramid Fairy. But also you do have some like very uninteresting checks. You have Catfish for one thing. Catfish is probably a really bad spot for that. So here Ice will get the So here, Rev will get the tempered sword and book. That will actually let him to clear desert because it's not boots locked. You also do have Ether Tablet, and that's also kind of pretty out of the way. I do know Sine had cleared Skull. I do know that. So that would be that would have been his Sine's fourth. So So yeah, in this case, I feel like it's either you go up to Catfish or Ether Tablet. And those are not fun checks to do by any stretch of the imagination. But with the book, we could where the book is, the Ether Tablet isn't like the worst position for it. It's just Catfish that's not good. You can do King's Tomb without the mirror, but you would need the boots. Full stop. Yeah, because you can pick up the rocks of miss. Right. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it's pretty much like it is pretty much a paradox. I still think it's like a paradox pad because if you depending on what you do, you can either just pull the pad for progression, or you could just like for the logical progression, or you just sequence break it and just dot and like bypass the requirement anyway. All right, so Brev is gonna go ahead and check out Cold Stare, fight Cold Stare. Sine is preparing for a hammer jump. He doesn't have time. He didn't have time. No. He spent too much time on adjusting, and it just didn't have enough time to set it up. Oops. I don't know if Sine wants to go for another shot here. Probably. Okay, it looks like Sine's going to go for another shot here. You're funny that you say that, Pixie. I enjoy doing that too, but in the context of like major glitches, because I'm a glitch runner. Because I love breaking things. Like to the point where it's like you're splitting the fabric of reality with like spin YBAs and stuff. But anyway, we're not talking about that now. Brev is going to now go ahead and chase the book. Right, yeah. I get you what you mean, Pixie. So Sine will get information that it's not boots locked, and we'll also see, and we'll probably, so after this is done, I feel like we would want to go up towards, I would want to say go for Ether Tablet, like, after we clear this. Because it's probably the more safer bet. Catfish is like the worst feeling in the world, because like that something you don't want to see happen. You could also go to finish up Easter and get the green pendant. It would be out of logic, though. Well, no, it's the green pendant's in logic because we found the big key. The big key wasn't in the big key chest, so we could actually logically clear that. Yeah. Turtle Rock is something too, because now that we do have access to Turtle Rock, that does pose a problem. Well, sort of. You can. This is a clearable pendant. Yeah, it's denser than the checks that just don't feel good. Like the checks that I've already mentioned, like they don't feel good at all. Absolutely, they don't feel good. Brev did go into Eastern, but left after checking the big chest. There wasn't anything in Eastern at that point. Today's fighting Helmasaur, while Brev is heading over towards Lambolas. I feel like Sidney may be the first one to go and check the not so fun checks, because he's done a lot more checks. Like he's already got a lot more information, because he knows the pet's dead. He knows that he's done. They've pretty much been check for check so far, but I feel this would be the next call is to go up to either Tablet or Turtle Rock, because you'll be in the area by then. You probably want to just go and check either Tablet first, or if you get the mirror, then just mirror and then check either Tablet after Turtle Rock. If the mirror shows up in Turtle Rock. And if the mirror shows up in Turtle Rock, then we know that Pyramid Fairy doesn't have anything. It's if we get the Ether Medallion, as far as possible that the mirror could be on Pyramid Fairy. Oh, Brev never checked Backup Escape. I guess to be fair, he had a lot more. He did have a lot more checks along the way, so he didn't have wasn't in his path until like just now. So Sidney is actually going to check the Ether Tablet first. That's exactly what I was hoping to see happen. Just go and check Ether Tablet first, then you go into Turtle Rock. It only makes sense at that point. Just a heart piece. Okay, so we're going to have to see Turtle Rock then. Also, since we're about we actually reached like just over half an hour mark. Oh, an hour mark. Just over the hour mark. I implore you to go and follow the runners. They're doing really good. You're listening to Professor Render. I'm playing solo today, and Professor Fancy is my tracker for today. Give her a follow. We're doing the best we can here. So. All right, Sine, is going to Turtle Rock. And looks like Brev is actually going Independent Thieves down here. So he will get the half magic. He's probably in a situation where he's thinking, oh, it's pet. Which we know it isn't. It's just 20 rupees. It's just cash. But I could see it in his mind that that's the case. But I feel like it's better to like just because at this point you've exhausted pretty much every one of your crystals. You have to make like these really hard decisions to like you gotta make some really big decisions. Like, do you go and like play it safe and go to Thieves Town, which you'll get half magic for? Like, do you want to like rush the pad or what? Do you want to do like these really bad overall checks? They're not fun, no. But one of the pens have to show up with something eventually. The Bombos medallion. It's a medallion, but not the one we're looking for. Good, good change on room there from Sydney. So yeah, yeah, this doesn't feel entirely good because now that you have like all you have is pendants to deal with, like it's one of those hard decisions where do you go into pitted dungeons that you feel like it's the worst call, or do you go do you do a bunch of overall checks, or like overall checks like of the very few overall checks you do. There's the lamp, so that's something that brought the dark rooms back into logic. We have the big key chest, at Eastern. We have literally everything in Pod that was already cleared out by Sine, because he did clear this one. Because all it really is left is just to find the mirror and ether. That's our key thing. It's mirror and ether. Also, Brev finished up blind, gets the shovel, but we know it's bombs, so it'll prove to be kind of fruitless. From. Gonna grab the purple chest, saving quitting obviously because no mirror. Okay, so we're gonna see Laser Bridge from Sine. I guess while we have a bit of downtime while Sine is about to approach this, coming up this Sunday is the start of the qualifiers for the main tournament. If you're interested, if you like, you have what it takes to potentially qualify for the tournaments, I implore you to join in on the times on the qualifiers. There's going to be a lot of times down. There's a lot in the tournaments channel, tournaments Discord. There's a big timesheet filled with dates. There's going to be 16 of them, and the top 128 will make it through. Well, and there's also the Challenge Cup too. If for those who don't make it, I'll be qualifying. This bug, the really rude bug net. And there's the mirror. Oh, in Laser Bridge of all things. Well, so we've resolved the prediction. It is a mirror. That does mean too that Pyramid Fairy is dead. And mirror checks are also now available. Wait, no. What am I saying? Pyramid Fairy still has Pyramid Fairy will still have no wait, I thought Swamp was a 5/6 crystal. So yeah, Pyramid Fairy is dead. Pyramid Fairy is dead. Yep. Well, the big key, we don't need to worry about the big key on the torch because this is fast Ganon, so the Ganon hole was already open. And there's the boots! Jeez, that's a really rude spot for that now, considering where the mirror was. I feel like that's too. I think that was too many required swamp nodes. I don't know. Yeah, so GT is not required for to complete the game. You just drop down the Ganon hole and you're fine. That's typically how fast Ganon works. Because like, it's meant to be like you don't need to worry about you don't have to worry about climbing GT and like go like 3 or 5 minutes to do that dungeon. So Brev is on the right pace here. He's going into Turtle Rock, but it's gonna be quite a rude awakening considering that's where the mirror is, up in the last chest of Laser Bridge. And it's even more of a rude awakening too, considering the boots and also the boots checks get opened up here. Is there an item? Yeah, Mimic chest. We've already saw Mimic Cave. It wasn't really anything. And just okay, so I wanted to see what was on the Aga Ledge, and that was 10 arrows. So we're going to Swamp now. Swamp is I feel like this is the right call. Going to Swamp. I mean, you probably because you're go -1 now. You're now in go -1. You're gonna have to find you're gonna find what you need anyway. Of course, Sine could first take a detour over to Ether Tab or Bombos Tablet, which is exactly what Sine's gonna do, just because it's right in the area. Saha is also a possibility too. ₹20 on the Bombos Tablet. Also, for the record, I did not roll this. This is a pretty rude seed, but I did not roll this. I've rolled enough bad seeds for these anyway. Well, yeah, I mean, just because Agate wasn't required doesn't mean that I my seeds are like all Aga required stuff. Some of my seeds are literally they don't even require Aga, but they're in rude spots. Anyway, K45. It's the silver arrows. Okay. That's nice. We can easily kill Ganon now. I feel like Brev might, if depending on how Brev reacts to the Moon Pearl, or excuse me, depending how he reacts to the mirror and where he goes, I could possibly see where I could see him maybe like getting the silver arrows. If not, then I feel like if let's say the ether is in swamp and and he goes to swamp immediately afterwards, he obviously will not be getting the silvers. So although silvers doesn't really, in my opinion, doesn't really save a whole lot of time. Like in this case, it won't save him. Like it won't. Silvers won't save Brev like any time, considering how far ahead Cine is. Well, he's not far ahead Cine is, but like he's in a pretty good position currently because he's currently go -1. He's going through. Brev's going through Turtle Rock now. So now we're thinking now. If it wasn't on if it wasn't in swamp, I think Trinex has an item. I wasn't paying attention. I think Trinex has an item. And if he does have an item, then if that's where the ether's at, then that actually puts Brev in a really good spot. All he will have to do is just go mode Meyer first, and then go mode Swamp because of Diver Down. Which, speaking of Diver Down, we're gonna see that right now. So Cine is going to intentionally flood the key here, but he will be getting it because he can bomb jump or Samaria jump over to it. There's the bear. And looks like... Okay, so... The only item... looking at Brev's inventory... Yeah. Yeah, looking at Brev's inventory, that does tell us that Trinex only has a map. But... doesn't see it? Interesting. I think is Brev wanting to go and look at what's on pad? Like, is he like trying going for pad? Because if so, he's gonna be quite a rude awakening once he finds out what's on pad. Because we know that the pad's dead. But Brev doesn't know this because he didn't check the pad with the book. Oh, ouch! That hurts. It was on phase 2 too. That's like the worst possible way you could think about it. So Brev, I was gonna say him quite out. Doesn't want to. Probably was wanting to commit to it, see if he wants to check the pad, but does not want to. So Brev may be feeling kind of behind in this case. But it looks like Brev is going to swamp. Or at least heading towards the swamp area. Could possibly stop over at Cave 45 to get the silvers. Oh, I haven't seen this method in a while. Oh, that is flawless execution from Cine. That's like the very original Diver Down, the one I remember doing. That's the left side, the left railing Samaria. Also, we did also get a blue potion out of that. So that actually, I think that's the fourth and final bottle, if I'm counting my bottles right. Or at least trusting what's on the tracker, of course. So today is going to go on to you're actually going for this strat. Doesn't get it all the way, but that strat if you can nail it it's very swag, but it's very hard to do. It's zero cycle Argus. That is a very hard strat to do, but if you can pull it off, it's just insane. Big key for from Argus. Gonna get the 6th crystal. The Trinex doesn't have anything. It's only a map. We got all the items out of Turtle Rock. To answer a question in chat from Super Jamoose. Love the name, by the way. And there's the Ether Medallion. So City is in go mode, and that does mean Brev will probably not get the silvers in this seed. And that's around like the 120-40 somewhere around there. I didn't see what it was. I didn't see, but that is. Oh, Brev's actually going to go and kill Argus like right away. So Brev will actually make up some time in this case. Do it, Sine. Yeah, let's go. Well, I love when I love when someone does a bird toss on dailies. Yeah, Sine did beat him off. He's very much in go mode. Now, if we get a Godmire, that'd be really nice. Brev is now on the Argus fight. We'll get the information pretty soon that he will be getting the big key and also where the Ether's at. Aw, man, no Godmire. Yeah, probably that's probably the input got eaten, but anyway, big key for Brev will be the necessary key to get the Ether Medallion, and that will also put him in go mode. Oh, don't play rude with me. Oh, Sine's actually gonna do this. Oh, he's gonna do another doorstay extension. This one's really cool. I like this one. It's very simple too. If you know how to pull it off. Doesn't seem like he's gonna get it though. Good try though. You can clip through that railing if you can. You can clip through that wall if you dash in a certain way in the wall in the door when you still have door state. There's Brev's Ether Medallion. He's now in go mode at around 120. That's 123.46. So he did make up some time. So Brev does make up some time here. Now, normally, if we were playing Defeat Ganon, this would be the point where GT routing could probably possibly matter. I feel like now it's actually more of an execution game. But even then, that's still the concern of there's still the thing that's like Brev will not get the silvers. Sine will actually Sine actually would be in a good spot to actually save time, quote unquote. What if? I don't know. It actually does save time. I don't believe it doesn't say it does save time. In this case, it probably won't save Sin any time because of he's in the lead anyway. Also, nice spooky setup for from Sin. Can't quite seem to get that the anti-fairies to cooperate here, so it's gonna have to hit the switch here. He will still have the spooky state arm for this switch though. A little shooting gallery fight for Vitreous, because these will go down one hit. That was a really quick phase one. Very quick phase one. And that will bring Sine at 7 crystals. All you really gotta do now is just run over to Ganon and drop down, and you'll be good to go. Oh, and one thing too, Brev doesn't have the boots. That's another thing. Brev does not have the boots. He's gonna have to walk over to Ganon after he's done. It also means we need to like do some trickery to get to keep the spooky stay, because you would typically want to kick us dust to preserve the altitude variable. Because the altitude variable is key for the spooky state, because it's based on where the bird is when you flew out. When you flew over to 6. I would say arc variable but that's a completely different thing. That's for when you're dealing with ice with Armos and stuff like that. But Sine does drop down to the Ganon fight, talking about bacon or cheese. Bacon, just bacon. Yep, I might play back. The dash stretch here from Sine. Phase 3 is a go, and then all you really gotta do now is just pump silvers into them, and you're good to go. Don't need to worry about the horse glitch in this case. Ooh, nice triple to end the fight. GG, get your GGs in the chat for Sine. Very nicely done. So he will, once he crosses the bridge here, the 1x3 bridge, that's very treacherous. Very, very treacherous. He's going to finish with a official race time at GG time of 1:28.28 in first place overall. Very well played from Sine. Very, very well played. He pretty much stayed for pretty much a lot of the sea. He stayed well in the lead and did not let up in the slightest. Brev was able to make up some time, but Brev managed to make up some time in Swamp for doing the the leaving the left side swamp, but it actually ended up being really good for Sine because he continued to strongly play that really well. Brev is about to come into the Ganon fight soon. Albeit, yes, slow, but and also about the silvers. And Sine will join us in a few. But this was a really good, very interesting seed, but still managed to pull out a sub 130 here, even with all the craziness that was going on with the seed, like with all the weird locations and a lot of the really bad spots too. Still manages to pull it out strong. There has been one DNF out of there, but yeah. But we're in the game fight for Brev. Phase 3, and then all you really got to do now is you just so all you gotta do is find that the silvers are in the light world, and you're But I think he did get Torch Glitch. It lagged, but I believe he does have it. Yeah, he should have it. Yeah, he does have it. And we're joined by Sine. I think we'll wait a bit here for Brev to finish up here.
Oh yeah,
so
sure.
We can, get you both in here. Looking good so far. Okay, this should be a good double setup here, or triple setup rather. Yep, that triple was enough to finish, give Brev again and fight down. GG to the chat for Brev. So crossing the treasure is 1x3 branch. So Brev will be finishing this race with an official race time at GT time of 1:32.18 in second place. Let's see if we can get Brev in here for an interview. But yeah, even though the scene kind of acted was really the places where we found our progression weren't really in good spots in the end, still manages to pull out an excellent performance from both of these two. So let's see if we can get Brad in here. I guess while we're waiting, I could ask you. So, how did you think about what were your thoughts on this scene?
In general, it was kind of weird in terms of how it wanted us to progress. It was one item at a time. So those seeds are not great at all, in my opinion. Like, I don't even know what got me the most. The flippers in front of Escape, which opened up, like, mids? Or was it later on just a single Quake medallion that led to Turtle Rock Laser Bridge? I don't even know what to think about this seed.
Yeah, I mentioned this a couple of times as we wind down here. The way that they progressed was really, really weird because just the mirror in Laser Bridge is one thing. The boots being, although not necessarily required for the seed, mainly just for speed, like being in just directly up to that is another. Like the placement of like but then once you get to like the Ether Medallion, like after you finish up Swamp, it's telling that there's no way you're gonna possibly go mode Swamp in this case. The only way you can go mode anything is in Mire. But you did like for most of the siege, you did manage to stay ahead of Brev for quite a while. You had a lot more knowledge because you have more knowledge compared to Brev. Brev never checked the pad, and actually once he got the mirror, he looked at his crest pendants and thought to go to Trinex to possibly see what was on pad because he never checked it, and ended up dying to a charging Trinex head in phase 2. So he had to save quit.
Oh,
Speaking of Brev, hear his Brev right now. GG's.
Hey.
Yo, GG.
Yeah, good continue. Yeah. nice walking around.
Yeah.
So
your silvers ended up being in K45.
Oh, okay, yeah. Makes sense. I wasn't sure I should do the mirror stuff, like K45 and Bombo's tablet before Swamp. But I'm just glad I went back in for the big chest.
Yeah, you did manage to make up some time on Cine near the end, and I mean, but even then Cine was ahead of you for quite a while, for quite a lot of the seed. Yeah. And I already mentioned to Cine about the death that happened on Trinex on phase 2 when you got hit with the charging head.
I shouldn't have even killed Trinex. I knew I didn't have an item. It was just in case pedestal, I'm already here, but I mean, Ether was obviously just going to be behind mirror, so I should have just left anyway, and then I die. I'd gone through TR on half a heart to 2.5 hearts for most of it, and then just decided to fight Trinex and died at the easiest part.
Yeah, that doesn't feel entirely good when you die on the part where it's actually doesn't become not that difficult at that point.
Yeah,
it just
I don't know
it
how
doesn't
I
feel good.
Double spin in the head.
I've been there before.
Yeah. Did you do Eastern and Thieves as well? Tickets in it.
Yo. Oh well, you actually ended up doing Thieves Town as well. That's fun. I was thinking that maybe you would gamble it, just end up being nothing. Oh, that's
well, no, I went and did the first 4 after Skull Woods because I'd already gone and got Fire Rod and everything before I'd even been to Outcasts, and then I did the first 4 and none of the items are in the front, and I just decided to leave. And then after I had access to TR, I was like, I don't know, someone probably would have gone to Outcasts early and done Thieves, and if there's something there, then TR is just a huge waste of time because it's fast cannon as well. I thought I might be able to get away with only going to the mountain once for the whole seed, so I didn't want to go back.
Yeah, that was my reasoning with choosing Palace of Darkness over Turk as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and boy was that a wrong decision.
That was the good news from going to Thieves, how you said you both ended up getting half magic.
Yeah, I guess. It's nice. Although I'd already killed Cold Stare, so it didn't really do much.
Yeah, it's a nice convenient item, and that's about it.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any difficult stuff to do. Probably the worst was Vitreous, but I had did I have Silver Arrows before Vitreous? I think I did. So yeah.
Yeah, I ended up using Burnout a little bit on the last few eyes of you.
Oh, yeah.
But it was okay.
Well, you missed the wonderful boots placement, didn't you?
Oh yeah, where were they? Catfish?
Oh, checkerboard.
It was on Checkerboard Cave. Yeah.
That's the first thing I checked after the mirror, just because I was expecting Aoife to be close to Maya.
Yeah. Yeah, like after I died to Trent, I was like, just go to Swamp straight away. Forget everything else.
Yeah, it did end up saving you a bit of time over Cine, but then of course with the boots placement, that of course gave Cine a bit more extra, bit of time on you.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I could have, run from Flute Spot 5 to the Pyramid to kill Ganon. It would have been nice.
I don't even know if
other
that's
than
significantly
that, though,
faster.
Yeah. But other than that, if you guys have any final thoughts on the seed, feel free to sound off.
No, well, I guess one thing is I'm glad that last item in the back of Escape wasn't important because I forgot to go back for it for about an hour. And then got my 20 rupees. But yeah, that would have been funny if that was like the boots. I just missed them for most of the seed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you guys I'm hoping you're excited for the qualifiers because I'm very excited. I can't wait to qualify for that.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Well, yeah, I'm probably not going to join any for like about a week because I have to finish uni stuff. And then, yeah,
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm definitely planning to join them. I'm mostly playing like entrance at the moment, so it'll be like, yeah, I'll see what happens after. And
just put that knowledge into a regular seed and you will win. Easy.
Yeah, that's how it works, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna join any of the qualifiers. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Most of the the times for the qualifiers are right along my except for like one of them is like well within my schedule.
Yeah, the same for me. It's just I don't even know if I want to attend the tournament or not. I lean towards not, but I guess we'll see. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll all go in with the same expectations. We might not qualify, but at the same time we'll do it anyway, just so we can get our names on the board. Anyway, GG's to both of you. We're gonna wrap up pretty soon here. Put on a good show. Thanks for a really fun broadcast.
Thanks for the restream. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching and tracking and everything. See you next time.
Take it easy.
I agree. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Okay, so that will do it for today. So if you guys up in the chat want to give both of these runners a follow, please do so. They've done a really, really good job today, and they can shows some of the best talent that we have here in the little community. Also, special shoutouts to Professor Pixie, who was our tracker. She did really, really well, and keeping me up to date, especially with the ether in Meyer placements. That was something. Other than that, follow the Speed Gaming channels, and again, the qualifiers, the restream for the qualifiers will be somewhere around 12, just about 10 after 12. But it'll be a lot of fun if you guys want to see more ALTTP action, because there's going to be a lot of ALTTP action coming up in the next couple of weeks. You do not want to miss out here. But other than that, just follow the Speed Gaming channels, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, all of the multilingual channels. Check out the schedule if you haven't already. This week is actually our last week. Next week, some of the highlights of that is that we do have Overworld Glitches Randomized Swords on the 24th of March. We have a special April Fool's thing going on. I can't really say a whole lot about it, but just stick around. Stick on Toy Fools. Again, I can't really say anything about it, but yeah. But take it easy, everybody, and thanks for watching.